Hello there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm gonna drink coffee right quick. Okay, I'm doing an AD&D story here, but it's not a story per se. It's this is advice to newer dungeon masters, and I'm not saying this is how you have to do it. I'm saying this is my advice. I've been playing this game a long time. I've been running it since 1979. I found certain things work and certain things don't. I do also do videos on rules I ignore, so you know. At some point, this is about homebrewed spells. At some point, your players will want a larger variety of spells to choose from. For reference, check out the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide, pages 115 through 116. The section is titled Spell Research. Okay? This is a caution to the newer dungeon masters out there. Your players will work their asses off to use this procedure to create new spells far, far more powerful than they should have at their current level. If you can only cast a 2nd level spell, you cannot create a 15th or an 8th level spell. If you're a 3rd level caster, you cannot create a 5th level spell. It's just, you can't do it. You have to. A wizard has to be able to cast the spell that they create. People are going to want to do this. The nicest, most level-headed, friendliest person in the world will invariably try to create or research a new 2nd level spell that restructures reality on a cosmic scale and humbles entire pantheons of deities whenever it's cast. It's not the player's fault. It's the nature of the beast. Okay? Just say no and move on. It is your job as the dungeon master to curtail this practice. A good rule of thumb is to compare the spell that they've created, the one that they want to create, to other spells. And you want to compare it to the spells in their class of that level, because in different character classes, sometimes the spells are in different levels. You know, for example, the clerics and magic users both have the spell Remove Curse, but they're of different ones. I think one's 3rd level and one's 4th level. So, you know, there's a variance there. You have to compare the spell for the class that they're in. If it's a magic user, compare it to magic user spells. If it's a cleric, compare it to clerical spells. My contention is, and usually clerics don't get to research a whole lot of spells, but there you go. I'm sure there's a procedure for it. My contention is, I'm talking mainly about wizards, magic users, illusions, that kind of thing. Compare that to the spells in that class of the level that they want to create. Compare it to that level, the level below, and the level above. Look at the progression. Does it fit that level? Is the power level equitable? Okay. This will give you a sense of not only the power of the spells in that level, but the power progression above and below. This is a good frame of reference. I think it actually says to do that in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Here are some examples of spells that I would allow and have allowed in my game. I had a player create the spell Power Bolt. He wanted a more offensive punch as a 1st level wizard, and that's fine. I got no problem with that. It's a 1st level spell. Range is 8 double mark. It's 80 feet indoors, 80 yards outdoors. It is verbal and somatic components only. Casting time is 1 segment. Duration is special, like the magic missile. And so that means you can precast it. The savings throw is none. They don't get a save for this. The area of effect is 1 target per bolt. So, you know, use of this spell allows the magic user to fire 1 or more bolts of energy from his hands. Each bolt does 1d6 damage. The magic user is allowed to shoot one bolt per level. Each bolt can have a different target if desired, but only one bolt can be fired per round from each hand. So you can fire boom, boom per round. It gives magic users a little more offensive punch. Now, these bolts can damage inanimate objects, so they can use it against doors and all. And also, magic user, if you miss, what's behind it? You know, be aware of what's behind the target as well. Because if you miss, that bolt's going somewhere. Just saying. The magic user must roll. Oh, and the magic user must be conscious of misses. The magic user must roll to hit the armor class just as if he was using a dart or a thrown dagger. So it's not an automatic hit like the magic missile. Dexterity adjustments do apply. So they get to aim this. You know, kind of thing. Now, the differences between this and the magic missiles do not miss. They don't do as much damage. They only do up to 5 points, but they do a minimum of 2 points. So the damage is comparable. Magic missiles don't miss, but they get fewer. The magic user gets fewer of them because you go up, I think, once every third level or whatever it is. You get a new magic missile. This one allows one per level, but they only do a D6, so it's like kind of thing. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it gives them a little more offensive punch at first level. So to me, that's a reasonable first level spell for a player to create. The next one. This is a third level spell. This one was created by a friend of mine in a game, and I can't remember who it was, but people shared it in the group, and it got used quite often. Eldritch Shield. This is a third level spell. The range is self or one other creature. The area of effect is special. Essentially one creature. Components verbal and somatic. The duration is until destroyed or dispelled. Casting time is 2 segments. There is no savings throw for this. So this spell creates a force field around a person. It creates a little personal force field is all it does. Surrounding the magic user's body, which completely protects the caster from all physical and magical attacks of a physical nature. The field will interrupt missiles from slings and bows, crossbows, that kind of thing. The energy attacks of fireballs, lightning bolts, magic missiles, etc., but will be ineffective against attacks like gases, fogs, vapors, mind-affecting psionics, mind-affecting magic, that kind of thing. The amount of damage the field can absorb before being destroyed is equal to the hit points of the caster. So if your magic user has 12 hit points, it's a 12-point shield. It's not a lot, but it's something, you know. If the magic user casts it on himself before he goes into battle, he essentially doubles his hit points, which is not bad. If the benefactor of the spell is not the caster, then the benefactor must be touched by the caster as part of the somatic component. So this guy could create multiple shields around different people. So, you know. These 2 spells are basic combat spells and are not overpowered. Again, this Eldritch Shield is a 3rd level spell. That's equivalent to a fireball. A fireball does a d6 per level, and you get it as a magic user. You get it at 5th level. So your minimum fireball does 5d6. It can do up to 30 points of damage. To me, this is a reasonable spell. It's defensive. It doesn't hurt anyone, and it allows your wizards and other characters to be a little more survivable. That's all it does. To me, that's a reasonable spell for 3rd level. Now let's talk about my friend Corey, who created. I don't remember what it was. He liked to create spells for the game. His 4th level wizard, who was able to cast 2nd level spells. His wizard wanted to implode stars. His wizard wanted to destroy cities with nuclear type weaponry. That's what he was creating for spells. No, that's not happening. That not only does it grossly unbalance the game, it's not logical, and he just wasn't that powerful. A 9th level wizard creating a nuclear fireball, maybe, you know, with a hell of a cost to it. Maybe. But at 4th level, no. Keep puttering around in the library, dude. You got some studying to do. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I hope this helps the newer dungeon masters, and I hope it helps some of the younger players as well. I hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.